All right, today we're going to be looking at the best enchantment creatures in Magic the Gathering. Now, this is for the mill players out there. Fenax, God of Deception, a 5-mana 4/7 god. It's got indestructible, and as long as your devotion to blue and black is less than 7, then it's not a creature. Now, creatures you control have tap. Target player puts the top X cards of their library into their graveyard. Top X cards of their library into the graveyard, where X is this creature's toughness. So if you're a little, on the crabby crabs, I think this work combos quite well. Milling is difficult, but if you got an army of defenders that you can just tap to mill people out, that can sort of work. Next up, let's look at maybe some really heavy hitters. The Dryad of the Elysian Grove. I sometimes wonder, do casual players play with this card? Do they realize the power of this thing? Or they probably play it. It's a 3-mana 2/4. You can double the lands you play each turn, but lands you control are each basic land type in addition to their other types. That combos with Valakut. Valakut the Molten Pinnacle. He's been doing that for years. Also has been terrorizing my merfolk for years. Steve Cooper with the Jukai Naturalist. And this is a 2-mana 2/2 human monk with lifelink. Enchantment spell. Ooh. Speaking of enchantments, enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So, we got, Sapphire Medallion, Ruby Medallion. It's basically that on a creature. Or I guess it would be more of a... Is there a Pearl Medallion? I don't remember. I don't know what all the medallions are for green and white. Is there an Emerald Medallion? Whatever. Emerald and Pearl Medallion. Right over here. Before the enchantments. Next up, let's take a look at... Oh, Steve Cooper says, Fenex plus Doomsday Excruciator is funny. I'm going to believe you. David, the fear of change. Don't be afraid of change. I embrace change. It's an arena card. A 2-mana 2/3 nightmare. When this creature enters or dies, exile another creature you control. If you do... conjure a duplicate of a random creature with mana value X onto the battlefield, where X is 2 plus the exiled creature's mana value. This is like... Okay, I'm going to believe in you that this is good. This is so confusing. This is not a card I can evaluate. I got to play with this card to realize how good or bad it is. It could be terrible. I got something random. This random is the opposite of certainty. Okay, Rated Lex with the Golden Sidekick. It is an arena card. Another arena card. You people love your arena. 2-mana 1/3 flying lifelink. Whenever you gain life, a random creature card in your hand perpetually gets +X/+X, where X is the amount of life you gain. Okay, that I could see. If you have one creature in hand, then you're definitely going to play it. But even if it was a random creature, at least you know exactly what you are getting into when you actually cast it and play it. It's a very, very strange card. Whenever you gain life, and you can gain life in a million different ways. You'll just randomly keep popping off in your hand. It's very, very strange. Toilet Duck says, fun fact, the Conjured card is randomly selected from all cards that meet the requirements, not just the ones in your deck. Yeah, I know. That's what makes it even more chaotic. You could grab anything in the universe. Put your hand in the box of the universe and pull out whatever you want. Beanpot with the Colossal Sky Turtle. This card's super strong. It's a 7-mana 6/5 flying with Ward 2. Now, you don't have to cast as a creature though. It's got 2 extra abilities. It's like a split card, but not really. Channel for 3 mana. Discard Colossal Sky Turtle. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. That's instant speed, by the way. Instant speed regrowth. And then we have Channel for 2 mana. Discards Colossal Sky Turtle. Return target creature to its owner's hand. So you got a bit of a bounce spell at the same time. And then if you randomly have 7 mana, just play it as a 6/5 creature. It's no problem. Lewis with... Where's Lewis? The fear of missing out goes infinite with Splinter Twin. I know people are trying that, so that's great. The fear of missing... I think some people have been playing this card. I think it's just called Fear of Missing Out. I think some people have been playing with this in Pioneer, because it combos with the Fable of Mirror Breaker Kikijiki. 2 mana, 2/3 Nightmare. When Fear of Missing Out enters, discard a card and then draw a card. You better believe combo players love that. Delirium. When Fear of Missing Out attacks for the first time each turn, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, untap target creature. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. An attack at will. Next up, let's take from Alex. The Go Shintai Life's Origin. Is it a creature? It is a creature. Actually, it's everything. So, oh, I was thinking of another card that had like no creature type. Okay, this is a 4 mana 3/4 Shrine, or maybe is this the card that has like no creature type? Like Shrine's not really a creature type. Maybe I'm wrong. Wooburg, tap, return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the to the battlefield. Whenever Go Shintai of Life's Origin or another non-token shrine enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 colorless shrine enchantment creature token. Next up, let's get Christopher B's Enduring Friendship. Let's make sure this friendship lasts long. What's with the arena cards today? How many of you people are on arena lately? 2 mana, 2/1 Otter Glimmer. Where's the otter? Oh, I see it now. Yeah, I see. They got the little heads over here. Double Team. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control that are otters and or enchantments get +1/+1 until end of turn. When Enduring Friendship dies, that sounds pretty grim. When it dies, if it was a creature returned to the battlefield under its owner's control, it's an enchantment. Don't worry. Our friendship is not dying. Not so easily, anyhow. Next up, Bob Talks Bridge. My favorite commander, Nylia. Keen-Eyed. Okay, Nylia, Keen-Eyed. It looks so close to the old Nylia. Nylia of the Hunt. This is a 4 mana 5/6 indestructible god. As long as your devotion to green is less than 5. Nylia isn't a creature. Also, creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Well, that's fantastic. And then for 3 mana, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into your graveyard. This looks like but the art, Nylia, God of the Hunt. Is there much of it? Oh, I see. It's a different angle though. Okay, same vibes, but actually different enough. I don't know, the art definitely confused me a little bit. Adam with Destiny Spinner. Spin that Destiny around. It's a killer! 2 mana, 2/3 creatures and enchantment spells you control. Well, sorry, counterspell players. They can't be countered. That's right. No countering around here. The deal is you do need a lot of mana to make this card work. Otherwise, it's just a random 2/3 creature on the battlefield. For 4 mana, target land you control becomes an XX elemental creature with trample and haste until end of turn, where X is the number of enchantments you control, and it's still a land. So you better have some enchantments, because if you don't, card doesn't look that impressive, to be honest. Scott the Dark Knight, Perfrost, God of the Forge. Pretty big you know, you can play this card interestingly. You can play it fair. You can play it combo. It's a 4 mana 6/5 indestructible. As long as your devotion is less than 5. Perfrost isn't a creature. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Perfrost deals 2 damage to each opponent. So you think about like infinite ETBs. You think about, you know, just spewing a bunch of creatures on the battlefield. You heard of Krenko, right? You know how Krenko cranks out like a bunch of creatures on the battlefield? Well, that synergizes pretty damn well with Perfrost. And then, of course, if you have a bunch of creatures out, you can just play it the fair game. Like if you have a bunch of tokens, pay 3 mana, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. That works out too. Bryce with the Ancient Cellar Spawn. They have cellars in Magic? Oh, there is actually a cellar in here. Okay, a 3 mana 3/3 horror. Each spell you cast that's a demon, horror, or nightmare costs 1 less to cast. And whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast it was less than whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast it was less than its mana value, target opponent loses life equal to the difference. Oh, I get it. Okay. So if we get a discount of 2, but the card is 4, or sorry, it's 4 and we pay 2, then the difference is 2 and we actually damage someone for 2. Weird card. Basically, you kill people with discounts. I guess the price is not always right. Godzilla-sized fireballs, thank you very much for your super chat. Oh, hail and pay homage to the mighty Nikachu. Thank you very much. And with that, we'll donate that one to chat. We'll give it to Rough One by One. Overlord. The Overlords of the Bale Merc. You like the Bale Merc, huh? Rough by One by One. Oh, this is very hot right now. Overlord of the Bale Merc, so hot right now. 5 mana, 5/5. I don't know anyone who plays it for 5 mana. They usually pay it for 2 with the impending 5/5. Oh, a really weird mechanic. It like casts the card as an enchantment. And then it's got like fading counters, but it's actually there on the battlefield. And you remove the counters at end of turn. It's really strange. Whenever Overlord of the Bale Merc enters or attacks, mill 4 cards, and you may return a non-avatar creature card from non-avatar creature card or planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. I guess they had in playtesting, this card was probably just like too busted when combining it with the other avatars. So you have to make it no avatars. No avatars around here. Okay, next, Evan, Sanctum Weaver. 2 mana, 0/2 Dryad. Tap, add X mana of any color, where X is the number of enchantments you control. That is a fantastic card. Huge ramp for the enchantment decks. Turn 1 enchantment, turn 2 this thing, turn 3 enchantment. It's like a Nykthos on a stick. Sort of. In some weird way. What's comparable to this? Tolarian Academy? Yeah, I guess maybe Tolarian Academy. You add mana equal the number of artifacts you control, but in this case, it's enchantments. Next up, let's give one to Corbinek. Salix, Guided, or Salix? Calyx? Guided by Fate. It's dropped off, but it was a hot card at one time. What we're talking about today. It's okay, we can look at it too. 3 mana, 2/2 Human Druid with Constellation. Whenever Calyx, Guided by Fate, or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Whenever Calyx or an enchanted creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may create a token that's a copy of the non-legendary enchantment you control. Do this only once each turn. It was that dangerous, huh? Why? Deals combat damage to a player, may create a token that's a copy of the... Oh, is it just like prevent it from not stacking or something? Probably has something to do with that. Some creature, like if you make a token, it would you would get an extra attack step. Although I don't think that's going to stop people from getting infinite attacks, in my opinion. Toilet Duck, Shiva. We're gonna summon Shiva. Is it really called Summon Shiva? Oh, it is. So you're right. Oh, this is cool. So it's a creature saga. Where the hell did this come from? So 5 mana. Oh, it's from the Final Fantasy set. It's just a random 4/5 creature for 5 mana. Chapter 1. Heavenly Strike. Tap target creature an opponent controls. Put a stun counter on it. You get that twice because of 2 chapters. Chapter 3. Diamond Dust. Draw a card for each tapped creature your opponents control. Aha! Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't know how this will play out. Draw a card for... I guess it's like just basically 5 mana, draw a billion cards in Commander. Someone's got to have a bunch of tapped creatures. Algot. Likeness of the Seeker. Are we cloning someone? A 2 mana... I don't know if I'm going to count this type of card. Because it's technically a saga that transforms into a creature. This is not an enchantment creature in... Oh, sorry. The other side is, though. Okay, I'm just going to judge the backside to this card. So this is an enchantment creature. It's a 3/3. Whenever a Likeness of the Seeker becomes blocked, untap up to 3 lands you control. That has vibes like this. There's a Merfolk. You attack, and when it's blocked, you draw 3 cards. Like, they're never going to do that. When it becomes blocked, untap up to 3 lands you control. Yeah, they're never doing that. So it's basically just a 3/3 semi-unblockable creature, I suppose. You better have cards in hand, otherwise, like, no one's gonna do it. Dr. Nemo, thank you very much for your super chat. Just watching today, donate a chat. Well, thanks for watching. Some people just listen to the show. Standard legal too. Well, maybe not this one. Maybe you're talking about the last. Oh, you're talking about the Final Fantasy card. Okay, we're gonna give a card to Dimitri. The Aegis of the Gods. Everyone's donating to chat today. It's a good day for chat. A 2-mana 2/1. You have hexproof. So screw everyone trying to target you. No, they can't. They can't do it. They can choose you, but they can't target you. Very nice card. Daniel Story, Sigil of the Empty Throne. Which is a 5-mana enchantment. Whenever you cast, oh no, this is not an enchantment creature. Disqualified. It's got to be. This is the enchantment creature show. I mean, it's an enchantment that makes creatures, but that doesn't really count. It's not what we're talking about today. It's got to be more like this. This guy's an enchantment, also ends up being a creature. The enchantment density is so strong. Arian, Crewfix, God of Horizons. Are we going to draw some cards, Crewfix? It's 5 mana, 4/7, indestructible. If your devotion to green and blue is less than 7, it's not a creature. You have no maximum hand size. I mean, this god probably created the Reliquary Tower. If unused mana would be empty, sorry, if unused mana would empty from your mana pool, that mana becomes colorless instead. So it's just, what is this? Aligned with the Eldrazi's now? It looks like an Eldrazi. Maybe it's an Eldrazi god in disguise. The Eldrazi's got their, like, tentacles a little bit in everyone. Next up, we have another Dono. Thank you very much, Little Dead Fly. We're going to use that Dono to power out. Do we do Nyx Bloom Ancient? Hold on. Nyx Bloom Ancient. I don't think so. We'll do just a random mages Nyx Bloom Ancient. The 7-mana 5/5 elemental with trample. And if you tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times much of that mana instead. If you untap with this Nyx Bloom Agent, it danger. It big time danger. Next up, we'll go with Bell with Nyxborn Hydra. Sees a lot of popper play. Does it? This is a big popper card. It's a green X01 Hydra with Bestow, which means you can, like, it's weird. It's like an enchantment that you can enchant on a creature. Reach, Trample. Nyxborn Hydra enters the battlefield with X+1/+1 counters on it. Enchanted creature, alternatively, can get +1/+1 for each counter on the Nyxborn Hydra and has Reach and Trample. So basically, either this can be its own creature or you can buff up another creature that's on the battlefield. Okay, next super chat from Kagan. Thank you very much for your super chat. Arvinox. The Mind Flail. But it doesn't really matter if this thing becomes a creature. Well, I mean, that's like all the gods. This is a 7-mana 9/9 horror. Arvinox the Mind Flail isn't a creature unless you control 3 or more permanents you don't own. At the beginning of your... That's really hard to pull off. At the beginning of your end step, exile the bottom card of each opponent's library face down. For as long as those cards remain exiled, you may look at them, you may cast permanent spells from among them, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. Fascinating. Big time card advantage, I guess, if you're in a 4-player game. Don't mind if I do. We're going to go to Adam, Perplexing Chimera. Oh my god. This is just like a Chaos Ensues card. 5 mana for a 3/3. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you can exchange control of Perplexing Chimera and that spell. If you do, you choose new targets for the copy. A great insurance policy. Just in case your opponent plays something you don't want. It's like, okay, let me slip that towards you. This is like one of those gift opening things where, you know, everyone opens gifts underneath the tree, but if they don't like the gift, they can swap it with the last person that opened something. I don't know if anyone's ever done anything like that before. Almond. Wait, have we done Anaxthea? Hand of Erebos? We have not. This is a 5-mana 4/4 demigod with menace. Other enchantment creatures you control have menace. Whenever Anakthea enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to one target non or enchantment card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 3/3 black zombie creature in addition to its other types. Reanimation for enchantments, sort of. Very loosely defined. Steve Cooper, we got a card from you. The Eager Flame Guide and a dono. This is a 3-mana 3/3. When Eager Flame Guide enters, add, wow, 3 colorless mana. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells. Well, that narrows it down. Oh my, it's a raccoon. I didn't think there were so many raccoon arts in the game. When Eager Flame Guide dies, exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may cast creature spells from among the exiled cards. And you want a donation. Well, let's donate it to... who's it? Abzo could use a donation. Archetype of Courage. You have to be courageous when making your archetypes. 3-mana 2/2, Human Soldier. Creatures you control have first strike. Creatures your opponents control lose first strike. And they can't even have first strike. Hey, I have a good question. If you have this card... what happens to creatures that have like double strike? Does it just turn into like, does it basically turn into first strike? I'm guessing no. Like, it's just weird because if we say creatures lose first strike and a creature has double strike, then they're going to deal damage in the first strike combat damage step, right? Like, that's just weird. Okay, next up. Or does anyone have an answer to this question? I have no idea. Raznab, Spirit of the Labyrinth. Double strike is a separate keyword. Ah, lame. Spirit of Labyrinth, 3/1. Each player can't draw more than one card each turn. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Ponder players, Brainstorm players, some Ancestral Recall players out there. Treasure Cruise players. I mean, basically any cantrip, you're doomed. It's got to be instant speed or bust, or it's got to be cards that put the card in your hand but don't actually draw cards. It's another thing. Corbinix like for Nikachu, Thassa, God of the Sea. I used to love this. I still sort of do love this card. I used to own like 4 foils of this thing. Sold them all off. So 3-mana 5/5 God, indestructible. As long as your devotion to blue is less than 5, it's not a creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, you scry 1, which it wasn't bad at the time. And for 2 mana, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Honestly, I often made Thassa unblockable. That was the creature I made unblockable. She was dealing the most damage. Okay, we got Surefire Selves, Demon of Fate's Design. This is a 6-mana 6/6 demon, Flying Trample. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an enchantment spell by paying life equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost. Then for 3 mana, sacrifice another enchantment. Demon of Fate's Design gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the sacrificed enchantment's mana value. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an enchantment spell by paying life equal to its... That seems crazy. So it's channel. It's basically channel. You gotta just channel this stupid thing out. So step 1, Dark Ritual, I don't know, Dark Ritual, Demon's Fate's Design, and then pay 3 life, put Necropotence in play. Maybe not the best plan, but that's what I got going over here. Next up, we've got Godzilla with Springheart Nantuko, Nikachu's brother. I don't get it. This is supposed to be my brother? Okay, 2 mana 1/1. It's an insect monk. Bestow of 2. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. But it's got landfall. Whenever a land... I think this is the most complicated landfall for me to wrap my brain around when I first learned this. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay 2 mana. Now, if Springheart Nantuko is attached to a creature you control, then you can make a token of that creature. But if it was not attached to a creature you control, you just get a 1/1 green insect creature token. I think it's bonkers. It makes no damn sense. So and on top of that, you only pay the mana if you want to make a copy of the creature. You do not pay mana. No mana down if you want the 1/1 green insect creature token. Omniscience for only 10 life. Yeah, that's right. Last card. We got TJ with TJL with Kayla's Kindling. Enchantment, not a creature. Must be creature. You can come back with another. Bring me another one. TJL. Duke Firebird with Chromanticore. Is this card good? Wooburg for a 4/4. It's got Bestow for Wooburg and 2 generic. We got Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink. It's basically graduated from every single university. Straight A's. Enchanted creature gets +4/+4 and has Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, and Lifelink. It can tutor too. It can teach anybody. Banovsky, thank Garfield. It's Friday Night Magic. All right, thank you very much, Banovsky. And with that, we'll donate that. Donate that one to the coffee crew. Give it to Toilet Duck. Spear Point. I'm assuming this is Dread. Or is it O-Red? Is it really O-Red? The hell is an O-Red? 3 mana 2/2 with Bestow for First Strike. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has First Strike. Honestly, pretty poopy card. I'm not gonna lie. What do you think is good about this card? Not to put you on the spot, Toilet Duck. Not to put you on the spot. I mean, the Bestow is 6 mana. That's pretty high mana cost. It's very expensive. It's a very pricey mana cost for +2/+2 and First Strike, if you ask me. A little high. Enchantments and creatures, Lesser Rat. It's gotta be enchantments and creatures. We gotta have that combo. Do we do Spirited Companion? Maybe not. Islarf. Spirited Companion. There's a lot of great enchantment creatures out there we haven't done yet. 2 mana 1/1. When Spirited Companion enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. Good blink target. Blink away. Or reanimate it from the graveyard. Okay, next up. We got Pays His Fan Forever. Perfros, God of... We did Perfros! Gonna have to donate that one. We're gonna donate that one to... Well, not Islarf. Yeah, it's a dog. It's a Doge, really. Next up. Ooh, Raznab, Eidolon of Blossoms. Things are blossoming now. Oops. 4 mana 2/2. Spirit. Whenever Eidolon of Blossoms or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you get to draw a card. And these things stack like crazy. I mean, if you have Eidolon of Blossoms and... what is that other card called? Enchantress? Something Enchantress? It's nutso. Every single enchantment you play just draws millions of cards for the enchantment deck. And then if you combo with that creature that you can tap for mana, it's basically game over. Once they got that engine going, I'm screwed, effectively. We got Algot with Enduring Curiosity. Oh, no, you can't do that one. Sorry. That's... We'd be sniping it. Backspace. Backspace. We'll do that. We'll do that later. West Coast Games, Jukai Naturalist. Damn, we did this one. Sorry about that. Okay, well, how about Agent of Erebos? We haven't done that one. We didn't do the Agent. A 4 mana 2/2 with Constellation. Oh, it's a zombie. It looks like someone going out for Halloween, even though I don't really see the bag with the candy. Whenever Agent of Erebos or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, exile all cards from target player's library. Not bad. It's free graveyard hate. If you're able to blink with this card, or reanimate it, you can remove everybody's graveyards from the game. Okay, we're gonna look at way more of these the best creatures that are also enchantments. We gotta thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com. My favorite place to buy my Magic the Gathering cards. Tarkir Dragonstorm is out. Go get your singles. You need dragons? Anyone who loves dragons? Well, I tell you where you can get them from, FusionGamingOnline.com. What is the deal of the week this week? Whoops, where am I? I need an adult. I'm lost. I'm lost in the mall. Oh yeah, 25% all board games. You gotta always check out the deal of the week every week because it changes every single week. And let me tell you, if you want an additional 5% off anything that you buy at checkout, use coupon code Nikachu and get 5% off your purchases, and it supports the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Your ability to play any deck, any format you want on Magic Online. That means Commander, one-on-one Commander, Standard, Pioneer, Pauper, Modern, Legacy, and more. And by more, I mean not, I don't know, Vintage, a few other random niche formats, and a bunch of fan-made formats. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 40% cash back on your third-month subscription using coupon code Nikachu_ZUL. Love Nikachu_ZUL. And back to our enchantment creatures. We all love the enchantment creatures. We did Chromatic Ore. And you know what we're going to do now? Enduring Curiosity. Before he gets sniped again. I'm looking out for you, Pacers fan forever. I'm looking out for you. Okay, this is a... I love this card. Because I love drawing cards. 4 mana, 4/3, Cat Glimmer, Flash. Whenever a creature you control enters the... deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. But when it dies, if it was a creature, you bring it back to the battlefield under its owner's control, and it's an enchantment. Which is weird, because it's not a flip card. You just have to say, okay, this is an enchantment. I don't know, we have to block out the power and toughness or something. It's a really weird system we got over there. Meteor, Courser of Crufix. This used to be a huge powerhouse back then. It was just like the value card. It's a 3 mana 2/4. You play with the top card of your deck revealed. So it's like Future Sight. You can play lands from the top of your library, so that's good too. And landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you're going to gain life. There's nothing wrong with that. So you play lands. Also with fetch lands, you can manipulate the top of your deck. I mean, one downside, though, is you do have to play with the top of your deck revealed, which means your opponents can see what's coming as well. But I think it benefited the Courser player than the Corsi player. Ellis says, I have this card in my main MTG Arena deck. It is mad on value. And it's drunk on power. Arrow with Gravebreaker Lamia. Five mana 4/4 Snake Lamia. Lifelink, when Gravebreaker Lamia enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, put it into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. Spells you cast from your graveyard cost 1 less to cast. Who said I was casting it from my graveyard? I had no such plans. Next up, we're gonna get from Robert Athreos, the God of Passage. With Apostle and Phyrexian Altar. That's what I mean. You probably got cut off by some sort of character limit. 3 mana 5/4 God, indestructible. As long as your devotion to white and black is less than 7, it's not a creature. But whenever another creature you own dies, return it to your hand unless target opponent pays 3 life. Joke's on them. I'm gonna bring him back anyway. Indiana Jones with the Merfolk Looter. I don't think this is an enchantment. Not an enchantment. It's a creature, though. It is a creature. It does do that. But it's not an enchantment. Next up, we're going to go with Surefire Selves. Fear of Deep Paralysis. This card is so annoying to play against. It's also giving me some fear right now. Fear of deep. Oh, sorry, fear of sleep paralysis. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot more sense. 6 mana, 6/6 flyer with Eerie. Whenever Fear of Sleep Paralysis or another enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, tap up to one target creature and put a stun counter on it. Stun counters can't be removed from permanents your opponents control. They won't untap if they have stun counters. Amazing. Oh my god! How do we not get Eidolon of the Great Revel? Played as a sideboard card. You could play it as a main deck card. Red 2/2. It's a spirit, by the way. I don't think most people know this is a spirit card. Whenever a player casts a spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, Eidolon of the Great Revel deals 2 damage to that player. Pretty useless versus like the ramp deck. I'm not gonna lie, but it's there to keep all those greedy combo decks in check. You want to rattle off a lot of little spells to storm off? Well, storm off into your death with Eidolon of the Great Devil. Sorry, Eidolon of the Great Revel. It's very devil-like though. Paces fan forever with Helion Sun Crowned. This card is not banned. I thought it was banned. I thought it was banned in Pioneer. 3 mana 5/5, indestructible, as long as your devotion to white is less than 5. It's not a creature. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or an enchantment you control. That's weird. I can put a +1/+1 counter on an enchantment? Like, I could put it on like an aura? Is that right? When you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or enchantment. I figured it would be like creature or creature enchantment. No, I can put it on the enchantments. Is that useful in any way? I don't think so. But you know what? You could do it just because. Now, this is a 2 mana, another target creature gains lifelink until end of turn. And this is like a really big combo with any card that when you put a +1/+1 counter on it, it's going to trigger something in order to gain life. And then this thing just has an infinite loop on itself. So that he's not a creature, he can grow. Raznab. Wow. Look, the answer was right in front of me. I didn't even get it. I'm such a fool. But it's funny. I can put like +1/+1 counters on my Circle of Protection red. You're gonna be so scared. So scared. Next up. Let's get Corbinek. Sithis. Harvest's Hand. Sithis. Ah, yes, this card. More card draw. 2 mana, 1/2. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, and it's cast, not when it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life and you draw a card. They have so many of these, like, play enchantments, draw cards. Whenever I'm up against an Enchantress deck, if I beat them, they've got like 10 cards in their hand. Next up with a super chat. Okay, Paces Fran Forever's got a different Perforos this time. We got the Bronze Blooded. Five mana, 7/6 God, indestructible. Devotion less than 5, not a creature. Other creatures you control have haste. And for 3 mana, you can put a red creature card or an artifact creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Isn't this just... Well, I wouldn't say strictly better sneak attack. It's just sneak attack, isn't it? This, like, well, I mean, in some cases, this is better than sneak attack. Like, the only downside is that it's 1 more mana. But you get to keep... Oh, no, you don't get to keep the creature. You still have to sack it at the beginning. Oh. Well, that's lame. Well, we don't... Well, here's the upside. We don't have to give it haste. That's the upside. And every other creature that we have gets haste. Okay, not strictly better, but I think it's a pretty good substitute if you need another copy of Sneak Attack in your deck. Or did we do... Okachi made Manifest? Can't remember if we did that. We didn't do it. Come on. We're going to look at the second side, because that's the side that's an enchant creature. 6/6 Dragon Spirit. Okagachi made Manifest is all colors. Flying and Trample. When Okagachi made Manifest attacks, Defending player chooses a non-land card in your graveyard. Return that card to your hand. Well, no, I don't mind if I do. It's like someone went into your garbage and then gave you something from it as a gift. Okagachi made manifest gets +X+0 until end of turn, where X is the mana value of that card. I guess I was so excited to get a gift, I didn't care if it even came from my own garbage. West Coast Games with, I think, did we do Life's Origin? Or maybe we didn't. Or maybe we did. Yeah, return target enchantment card from your grave. Yeah, we did this one. Sorry about that. I'm pretty sure we did this one. So many Goshin ties. Another. Steve Cooper donation, but not before he gets Reflection of Kiki Jiki. Anyone heard of this card before? Anybody? Anyone seen that one? Is it banned anywhere yet? No, not yet. Okay, Reflection of Kiki Jiki, a 2/2. Pay 1, tap. Create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature you control, except it has haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. And maybe you commander players can't relate, but if you got 2 of them in play, they can copy each other. You do have to pay the mana, though, but they can copy. They work with each other. Almond with I run Archetype of Imagination. Because you have imagination. A 6-mana 3/2. Creatures you control have flying, and creatures your opponents control, they lose flying, and they can't gain, or they can't have or gain flying. Basically, you're taking complete control of the skies around here. Oh, and that was a super chat. Just to remind. Surefire ourselves talking about that Perforos. Sneak attack is a 1 mana per creature. Perforos is 3 mana and only red and artifact creatures. You know what? You're right. So not strictly better. It's not bad though. Kiki Jiki is kind of mid. Oh, wow. Well, that Kiki Jiki is because it costs mana. You can't easily just combo off into infinity with it. Trisaryu, Gravebreaker, Lamia. Oh, we did this one. Sorry about that, Trisaru. Let's go. Ooh, I like this one, Argentina. Arreo. I don't think most... Just out of curiosity, has anyone ever even played against this card? It's been banned for so long. I feel like anyone who has played Magic within the last 10 years never got to feel the wrath of this thing. Truth be told, I never got to use it. I would have loved to, though. It looks like everything I want to do in Magic. Which, if it makes me evil, then okay, I eat that. It's a 2 mana, 1/1 flyer. Whenever the 4th spell of a turn is played, flip Arreo Soratami Ascendant, and turns into Arreo's Essence. Oh, technically this is not... Is this technically a creature and an enchantment? I guess maybe because it's on both sides of the front of the card. Because otherwise it's just a legendary creature. I guess we're going to count it, though. Counter the first spell played by each opponent each turn. I love it! Look, there's a lot of ways of destroying counter spells these days. You got the tools. You eat evil? Yeah, I eat evil. I think evil. Arreo is no longer busted in today's commander. Then why is it banned? Why is it banned then? Wait, are you telling me we can unban Arreo rated Lex? Is that what you're telling me? I love it! Lex, let's unban. We can start some sort of coalition to unban Arreo. We want our unban Arreo! Unban Arreo! And everyone will hate me, but I don't care. Dustin, no card yet. Have we done Enduring Innocence? Nope. Is this the super chat from? I think this is the super. No, the last card was the Arreo got the super chat sound effect. Enduring Innocence. This is a busted card. It's a 3 mana 2/1 sheep. It's a sheep. Didn't notice it was a sheep. Lifelink. Whenever one or more creatures you control with power 2 or less enter, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. And when Enduring Innocence dies, if it was a creature, you bring it back as an enchantment. It's as simple and as easy as that. The card draw is just out of this world. And the lifelink. And it's like a free blocker. It's really good. Good at doing a lot of stuff. Okay, Dimitri is like, I don't have 2 cards yet. Okay, well, we'll do one at a time. One at a time, Dimitri. To show the sad world of merfolk on the show, Nyxborn Seaguard. Do we have a good one? That's all 3. These are just to share bad hits. Okay, I'll quickly show your bad hits without commentary. Nyxborn Seaguard. This is a best cards show, Dimitri. You want to show us the worst? Oh, it's a 2/5. And we have a Nyxborn Triton. You're going to make all the other cards look really good compared to these cards. And Triton Wave... I guess if the card has the word Triton in it, it sucks, right? The Triton Wave Breaker. Oh, no, though, that Merfolk. I was, like, excited. It's a Merfolk? It's a 1-drop? What does it do? It's got Bestow? Oh, no. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has Prowess. Okay, let's donate this. We'll donate it in 2. We'll give one to... Arrow is incredibly active here today. Weaver of Harmony. Two mana, 2/2, Snake Druid. Other enchantment creatures you control get +1/+1. And for a green, tap, copy target activated or triggered ability you control from an enchantment source. You may choose new targets for that copy. Well, my targets won't have a my enchantment triggers won't have a target because I'm usually going to be drawing cards, targeting myself. Deadline Universe. Did we have the Overlord cycle? A few of them. We can do the Hauntwoods of did we do Baladuke? I don't know if we did. Okay, hold on. Hauntwoods. Let's just look up Hauntwoods. There's no Hauntwoods of Overlord of the Hauntwoods. I don't think we did the Hauntwoods one. 5 mana, 6/5, impending of 3. Whenever Overlord of the Hauntwoods enters or attacks, create a tapped colorless land token named Everywhere. That is every basic land type. Everywhere, everything and everywhere at once in one land. Very strange card. Very strange ramp, really. Next up, we have a second super chat from Dimitri, and we'll deliver that one to... Who did I just see? B. Lore. Nyx Fleece Ram. It won a pro... It did. I want the original. I think the original has a cuter art to it. 2 mana, 0/5. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 1 life. So it's got 2 things going for it. We're gaining life slowly, but surely. And it's a wall for those enchantments. I mean, I could totally see some sort of wall deck play with this card. Or, what's it called? Doran? Doran might want to play this card. Indiana Jones says, I want to make up for the last card that was disqualified. The Soul Warden. I don't think this is an enchantment. Soul Warden is just a creature, right? Just a creature. How about Duran Enchantress? This probably is it. No, that's just a creature too. Well, congratulations, Indiana Jones. You got 3 cards disqualified so far. 3 cards. Okay, we're gonna give one to Toilet Duck. Fear of Imposters. Why? I don't know why you wouldn't be afraid of imposters. It's a 3 mana 3/2 Nightmare with Flash. When Fear of Imposters enters, counter target spell. Its controller manifests dread. That's not bad. It's a 3/2. That's going to be on... Well, the weird thing is that giving your opponent a 2/2 basically neutralizes this card at the same time. Yeah, very, very sus. Very, very sus. We have super chats galore here. Bell wants Detectives Phoenix. This is a 3 mana 2/2 Phoenix with Bestow of a red, and you have to collect Evidence 6. Flying and haste. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has flying and haste. You may cast Detective's Phoenix from your graveyard using its bestow ability. This is seeing a lot of play in Hollow One decks. The deck where you want to draw a bunch of cards and randomly discard it, and then randomly discarding this card is fine, because then you want to collect the evidence and then buff up a creature in play and smash for a lot of damage. Seeing a lot of play for that reason. Minkoa with Archetype of Endurance. Eight mana for a 6/5 boar. Creatures you control have hexproof. Creatures your opponents control lose hexproof and can't have or gain hexproof. Very strong ability. I mean, if you it's a funny thing I was about to say. If you hate hexproof, well, why don't you give your own creatures hexproof and nuke all your opponents? So what happens when there's two of these? Does any of that answer? When an archetype of endurance faces another archetype of endurance, what happens? We're not moving the show until we get this answered. You control have hexproof. Your opponents lose hex. Oh, is it a time? Maybe it's a timestamp thing, because it says creatures your opponents lose hexproof. They can't gain hexproof. Can't beats have is a timestamp. No one has hexproof, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Nobody has hexproof. It's well, okay. So now so we don't know. It's either nobody has hexproof or it's a timestamp thing. I'm assuming it's a timestamp thing now that I'm reading it. Looks very timestampy. Oh, guys, like the fear of going 0-2 drop. What the hell? I guess that's a donation. Okay, we'll donate that. Don't be afraid of going 0-2 drop. You got to make those. You got to swing, people. Yeah, judge. We need a judge here. Bell with the Dockside Chef. Black 1/2 human citizen. This is an enchantment. I guess it's the hands on the sidelines here. A human citizen for 1/2. Pay 2. Sacrifice an artifact or a creature. Draw a card. It's not bad. Could be better. I mean, the good thing is you can sacrifice any artifact or creature. Chump block, sack it, cash in on it. Anthony says, I don't know what the MTG rules are for these kind of for this kind of conflict, but in my mind, it makes sense. First is active, second can't be played while the first is active. Now, what's probably going to end up happening with the archetype of endurance is whichever came out the very last one to come out is the one that's going to have the power. It's called timestamps. So if player A plays archetype of endurance, okay, great. Their creatures have hexproof. But when player B plays it, then all of a sudden that one takes precedent. And then player A, they lost hexproof. It's really weird. But that's usually how it goes. But I don't know the actual answer. I'm going to humbly say I don't know. Next up, we've got a lot of super chats from Paces Fan Forever. Let's start off with Arasta of the Endless Web. This is a 4-mana 3/5 Spidey. It's a Spooter with Reach. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or a sorcery spell, create a 1/2 green spider creature token with Reach. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell? That's a bit weird. It's like an anti-storm, but if they're storming off, you're probably going to die. Probably. So now Pabno says, I'm not sure if it is timestamps. I think there's like some special handling of static abilities that depend on each other. Like I said, I have no idea. I can't be sure. I think, but I can't know. Christopher B. with Xenagos Ascended. Is this real? Defeat a god? It's a 6/5 god with no casting cost. It's not this version of this card has a non-standard magic back. It is not legal for constructed play. Xenagos Ascended can't leave the battlefield as long as a Reveler is on the battlefield. When Xenagos Ascendant leaves the battlefield, each player wins the game. Is this like you have to defeat Xenagos? Everyone gets to defeat Xenagos. We all win or we all lose, basically. I think. Defeat a god. I don't know how that worked back then. Next up, Dimitri. Because I doubt we're ever going to get another chance to show the Curse of the Fire Penguin. It is an enchant creature. Yeah, you're right. And remember, this is donated, so that's why we look at silver border cards. This is a 6-mana enchant creature. Curse of the Fire Penguin consumes and confuses enchanted creature. And if we flip it over. Trample. When this creature is put into a graveyard from play, return Curse of the Fire Penguin from your graveyard to play. Basically, it's like a grave crawler in some weird sense. So playing a second copy disables the first, and no one gets the benefit. I have no idea about that. Because the person who plays the second copy usually gets the benefit. But I have no idea. Okay, Algot is trying to say it would be timestamps if your opponent's cards only lost hexproof, but because they also can't gain hexproof, that means nobody gets to have it. I'm sure a lot of people on Google have already answered this question. Oh, Algot says fear. This was a real card. Oh, it was a silver border card or something. Fear of going 0 to I guess what you have to do is you have to put in quotes. Otherwise, I don't even think this is real. It's a 2-mana 0/2 Nightmare. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. As long as you have exactly 1 loss in the event you're playing, this creature gets +2/+0. It's a nonsensical card. I think we got Atheos, God of Passage, to be honest. Almond has a lot of cards. We did Dryad. The Dryad of the Elysian Groves. Toilet Duck with Nylea Keen-Eyed. Nylea Key. Oh, we did this one. What else do we have here? Are we running out? We did Fear of Missing Out. You were there, Christopher B. I swear you were there. We did Aegis of the Gods. Or maybe not. Yeah, we did that one. Okay, well, let's get to some super chats. Doomwake Giant. Oh, this makes me wonder. Is this how Doomwake got his name? He is none other than the Doomwake Giant. A 5-mana 4/6 giant with Constellation. Whenever Doomwake Giant or another enchantment you control enters, creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 until end of turn. How many Doomwakes are there? Doomwake. I'm referencing the streamer and caster Doomwake. No, there's no. Sorry, there's. How many Doomwakes are there? Nope, just 1 Doomwake. That's it. Spelling Doom. Wasn't Doomwake Giant a good card in Standard or something? It was. It was not bad. Could have been better. Calyx God of Fae? Isn't it Fate? Because I think I started the show with this. Calyx God. Well, this is not the card. Oh, Guided. Calyx Guided. Okay. We looked at that card already. Damn, we're running out of cards here. Surefire ourselves. Living Breakthrough. Definitely interesting. The backside is a 3/3 Moonfolk Hira. Is that called Hiragami? I think. The making paper structures. Flying. Whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can't cast spells with the same mana value as that spell until your next turn. That's cool. You'll never see a no 4 card yet ever again in this chat. Okay, next super chat. The Phyrexian Praetors hit when checking on Skyfall for enchantment creatures. Elish Norn, Jin Gitaxias, Shieldred. There's no. Oh, hold on. I don't think all of them. Which Elish Norn? Or maybe at least none of the. Maybe this one? Because it has a transform. Oh, I think that one cheat. I think the problem is those aren't Neither side is an actual enchantment and creature at the same time. How about Jin-Gitaxias? I think they're all... I think the problem with your search is that these are all creatures that turn into an actual enchantment, but they're not actual creature enchantments. Yeah, so this one, unfortunately, is not going to work. I'm going to donate your Mobnies, Dimitri. I'm going to donate it to... Is there such thing as a dockside chef? Oh, we did that one. Damn, did we get through everyone? Deadline Universe. If I'm allowed a second one to suggest, you absolutely are. Shigeki Jukai Visionary. We didn't do that one. Okay, we have a 2-mana 1/3 Snake Druid. Pay 2, tap, return Shigeki to its owner's hand. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tap. Put the rest into your graveyard. And you can also channel it for double green and double X. Discard this card, return X target non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand. Next up, let's take a look at... Okay, well, we're going to go through the super chats now. Paces Fan Forever. With the Master of Keys. This sounds like an uncard. Master of Keys, a 3-mana 3/3 horror flying. When the Master of Keys enters, put X +1/+1 counters on it and mill twice X cards. Each enchantment card in your graveyard has escape. The escape card is equal to the card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. That card's wild. But you need a lot of mana to make it work. Because if you don't have a whole lot of mana, you're not going to do a whole lot of good milling. Okay, Pabno. With Fear of Isolation. Bounce is a feature, not a bug. It's a 2-mana 2/3. Well, for some people, it's a feature, not a bug. As an additional cost to cast the spell, you have to return a permanent you control to its owner's hand, and it has flying. Ideally, just bounce the land that you tapped to put this thing here. So some people would consider this a bonus. I would consider it probably a detriment. Usually when you bounce something back to your hand, you're tempoing yourself out. Next, Pacers Fan Forever with Nyxbloom Ancient. Oh, that one we definitely did. Sorry about that, Pacers Fan Forever. I think we did that very early on the show. Yeah, we did that early enough. Or maybe we did it through you. I don't remember. Okay, so we're going to give the super chat to Bob Talks Bridge, Annex. Hardened in the Forge. We give you a nice super chat sound effect. You like Annex, huh? 3-mana star 3. Its power is equal to your devotion to red. Whenever Annex or another non-token creature you control dies, create a 1/1 red satyr creature token with this creature can't block. And if the creature had power 4 or greater, create 2 of those tokens instead. And last up, Pabno's Enduring Vitality. Did we do this one? Maybe not. The 3-mana 3/3 Vigilance. Creatures you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color, so everything turns into a Birds of Paradise. And then when it dies, it can come back down as an enchantment, continuing to let you tap your creatures for as much mana as you want. This card, it doesn't look like much, but it is quite good. If you're on a heavy creature-based deck, it is just really good ramp. So basically, C's play in Standard, C's play in Pioneer, C's no play in Modern. C's probably a lot of play in Commander as well. And then Steve Cooper says, we're not done yet. We can go with Afara, God of the Polis. I actually played with this card a little bit. It's a 4-mana 6/5 indestructible. Devotion to white and blue is less than 7, not a creature. At the beginning of each upkeep, if you had another creature enter the battlefield under your control this turn, you get to draw a card. So you get paid to play creatures. It's sort of like it's like a delayed ETB, sort of. but you could benefit from it if you're in a super multiplayer game and you can play cards at, like with Flash. Play with Flash, and you're going to get some cash. Steve Cooper also has Ifara the Ever Sheltering. There's a second Ifara? Where the hell is she? Ifara Ever Sheltering. Is she on the backside of something? Oh, she is. Okay. This is a 4/4 legendary creature enchantment god. Sorry, legendary enchantment creature god. Ifara Ever Sheltering has lifelink and indestructible as long as you control at least 3 other enchantments. That's hard to pull off. Whenever another enchantment enters the battlefield, though, you get to draw a card. Very fine cards. And Steve Cooper is, of course, going to donate to one lucky viewer out there. Any endanger cards yet? You know, most of the enchantment creatures are pretty fair for the most part. I mean, really, did we do Eidolon of Rhetoric? I don't remember. We did not! The 3-mana 1/4 each player can cast more than 1 spell each turn. Sorry, Storm players. And, I don't know, maybe some red players, super mana efficient, like spew out their entire hand onto the battlefield. And with that, that's it for today. That's a really nice card to end the show with. I can't believe we almost missed that. That's like, I don't know how to put it. That's like thumbnail quality right there. The Eidolon of Rhetoric. As usual, if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you everyone for being here today. People like Deadline Universe and Almond, Steve Cooper, Arrow, Surefire Selves, Bryce, Toilet Duck, Algot, Christopher B, Argentina, Bell, Bob Talks Bridge. What else do we have here? Little Deadfly, Pabno, Dr. Nemo, Arrow, Yeezus, Raznab. Because you guys are what makes the show every single day. So keep brewing those coffees, Coffee Crew. We're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.